Hey, fifth graders! Before we go on our extended weekend break, I just wanted to take a second to show you what you should have done and say that if you don't, it's okay. We're working together as long as you're putting the effort in. As long as you're getting on every day, do the seesaw stuff, do the morning meeting activities, reach out with any questions. If you don't understand something, don't not try to do it, okay? So really quick, huge shout out to everybody who's done morning meeting. Evan, Oliver, Bryn, you've done an amazing job, so keep it up. Millie, you'll start on Tuesday when we come back, so you can send me that video in Google Classroom whenever you have it ready. I'm really impressed, so keep that up. And then these are your ELA jobs, you know, the Frederick Douglass assignments that you're doing. If you have questions, reach out. Next week on Tuesday, we're going to start some more opinion writing. So we'll talk about how we write down our opinion, words that we use to express that we're trying to be persuasive. And then math, we're working on finding the area and multiplying fractions, and then explaining what a cubic unit is. And a cool trick that I found is if you have a box of just pure cane sugar cubes, or if mom and dad can go out and get a box of sugar cubes, it's a good representation of a cubic unit and so each of these sugar cubes represents a cubic unit. So do you see how it's a three-dimensional shape? And when I put it all together, it tells me how many cubic units this rectangular prism takes up. So it tells me the volume of the rectangular prism. It helps me see the length times the width times the height, length, width. So this is just a good way if you're having a hard time visualizing it. A little box of sugar cubes helps immensely. So ask mom and dad about that. And then, so get all these jobs done. Social studies and science, BrainPop isn't working for some of you, but it is for others. So don't worry if you can't get it to work. I'll figure that out for next week. Read aloud, there were 5 chapters pushed out in Google Classroom. Do those, and then just wait, and I'll probably do the next 5 chapters next week. And then take time to take care of your heart and your mind and your body. We talked a lot about this in the classroom. Check your zones, take those deep belly breaths. Make sure you are putting your minutes and your pages in the reading log. If you noticed, I added my son Lucas to it, and he is trying to make sure he beats everyone, including me. So I think there's only one other student right now that's pretty close, but I know you can all beat him. Please don't let this go to his head. And then last, make sure you're writing in this daily journal. You'll make a new slide. If you have a hard time making a new slide, just email me and I can do it really quick for you. Get your date in there, and then your thoughts at the moment, and at least 15 real sentences. And then make sure you sign it from yourself. If you know either the like the Dear America books, where they write, it's a journal about what they were thinking at the time of, I know there's one for like the I can't even think of it off the top of my head, but there's one for events in history. So you can look back on this and say, this is what I was feeling during this pandemic where we were all safe at home. So I want you to make sure you're journaling every day. And some of you haven't even started, and it just makes me cringe. So please, 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 please make sure you get your journal started. And if you haven't started, then you might have to do it over break. But that's all that I have for you. Make sure you are checking Seesaw. Oh, there's Drews. Drew made a post. Make sure you're checking Seesaw and getting on Seesaw. If you're having a hard time figuring it out, please send me an email. If you need help, please send me an email. This is a great way for us to stay connected and see each other's faces and hear each other's voices. So send an email if you need to. Be professional. Try and kind of be like a news anchor where you sit down and you talk to the computer like this. Don't have food with it. Don't be laying on the floor. Be professional when you're on Seesaw, please, when you're video recording yourself. And then last but not least, make sure you're getting your letter to Mrs. Valentine in. I read them and I think about you and I try and think about how I can make it better. So I am going to get these letters in the mail for the people that wrote them to me. I'm going to get them in the mail for tomorrow. I have them all written out, and I'm going to send them back. And I think Claire's going to add a picture to them. So have a great long weekend. I don't know if you have any plans. I'm turning my computer off. I might check my email maybe once a day, but other than that, we're going to try to get up to Wildcat Mountain State Park and just enjoy. I'm hoping it's nice out. If it's not, we're still going because we are gonna go get outside. But I hope you have a great long weekend, and I will see you back here on Tuesday. Love you, miss you, bye.